I think you could have a job in makeup. Charlotte Tilbury's hiring, actually.
Hi everyone, I'm Sophia Tilbury, and today I'm joined with the most gorgeous, talented, amazing fashion designer. I'm so excited for you to be here, Harris Reed.
What an intro. Oh my goodness. I'm honored to be here too.
So I just recently did your show, which was honestly one of the most amazing experiences I've ever been through. And it was an experience, guys. We had a few meetings beforehand, and that's not normal for me with shows.
Well, I think also collaboration is so important with everything I do, from the millinery to the shoes to the jewelry, that like, I was so excited when you and your team at Charlotte Tilbury were like willing to take on these like collaborative meetings and really understand that like we're not just doing like one cohesive look, we're building characters and enhancing their beauty.
And you really had like an idea of what you wanted, but I feel like it was definitely like a collaborative thing where we were both like, you're like, maybe we can do orange here, we could do blue here.
Alba.
This was a moment.
This for me was one of my favorite looks as well, because Alba is just an absolute icon. I really think for me, this was like us getting to the makeup I've dreamt of for 5 years, and it really, me and my whole team agreed that like this season we got to the place that we've always dreamt it could be.
Today we're gonna do one of my favorite looks that we created, which is kind of like a graphic black liner with gem. We both love gems.
We love gems.
Gorgeous glowing Charlotte Tilbury skin, and then kind of like a patted down nude lip.
I love how wearable this one is. And again, like you said, we're putting crystals on it, but also if it wasn't with crystals, it's also just like, pick up some milk in the morning, or oat milk, or I don't know, other dairy products. Oh my god, I'm actually really excited.
Are you?
Make me glow. If I don't glow, I might storm off. So.
This is the new Glow Toner. So it kind of refines the pores, but it also kind of...
This is great, I'm stealing this.
Makes you glow at the same time. We are going to be using actually one of my favorite products from Charlotte Tilbury. It works for all different skin types. So like whether you've got dry skin, combination skin, oily skin. So I love this. And I literally use this on just every model.
Oh my god, it feels so good.
But this just hydrates the skin instantly.
It already is giving such a good glow.
Yeah, exactly.
And we haven't even applied any product yet. I actually got this one right after our first meeting, and it, no joke, has changed my life so much.
We are going to be using the Cryo Recovery Eye Serum, and it's got this kind of like ice awake feeling to it. It's got a caffeine complex, so it really makes the eyes look really awake and depuffed underneath. Put this in the fridge, and it's just got this really nice kind of sensation.
God, it's so nice.
You know,
I fall asleep while we do my makeup. This is really great. I would go out just like this as well. Like I obviously, you know me, I peacock. I either go full everything or just like
natural. Dewy gorge.
Dewy gorge, gorge.
Okay, next product, we're gonna be using Magic Cream. You know about this one.
Yeah, I love this one.
This is born backstage, like with Charlotte. This is the first product, guys, that she ever created.
Really?
Yeah. Obviously you used it at your show.
There's like SPF in this, right? Which is what I love.
Why did you move to London?
I just was really, since I was like the age of 8, wanted to do fashion design. And I think for me, you know, coming out really young at like age 9 and like being that kid on the playground that no one would talk to because I wore pink and I wore these like feminine colors. I remember just finding my salvation in the back pages of like Women's Wear Daily, where it'd show like, you know, Riccardo Tisci and Stella McCartney, Alexander McQueen, all like nights out, you know, in London. And I was like, okay, London. And it was like Central St. Martin's. And I was like, Central St. Martin's has to be the only place that I go. So it kind of just felt serendipitous.
Where are your parents from?
My mom's American, my father's English.
You're half British.
Half British, and I love...
Do you love saying it?
Darling. Darling.
Do you know about this product?
I don't know about this product.
This is something I feel like you should be using, just like day to day.
Okay.
So this just adds like this gorgeous glow, like you've been for a facial.
Oh my god, it looks really good.
I know, this is like the glow. Okay, there we go. You see the glow?
Oh my goodness.
Okay, the next product I'm going to use is a color corrector, which I think you're going to really like. So where I use this is just like underneath the eyes usually. So I just use a bit of this just to kind of color correct, and then I go on top with the concealer just to brighten. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use 2 different shades of concealer. What I like to do is kind of use like a brighter one underneath the eyes, but I would use a darker shade, probably like 2 shades darker for like the rest of the skin. It's such a radiant concealer and it's medium coverage, but it's also buildable. I think for me as a makeup artist, my main thing is I want skin to look still like skin. You're not just like
I think that's what was amazing about everything you do. It's about enhancing and glowing, not about mattifying.
Exactly. Light, 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 light. So I just kind of like to place it here, up here, and then kind of lift.
And this is the lighter shade.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then I will go here, and this is like the smile line area that people kind of get a little worried about.
Okay.
Then everyone likes it down the nose to kind of slim.
Okay.
Up here to brighten, and then as you get older, obviously you're not, but like the mouth can kind of turn down. Okay. So just to kind of lift it up, you can just put a bit here and then a bit here to sculpt. So that's what I do with the brighter shade.
I feel like I need to take notes. This is so cool.
Okay, gorge. Gorge. So we're going to be using the Super Nudes palette. This palette has been inspired by the supermodels in the 90s. Matte, gorgeous, cool tones, your everyday palette. I'm going to prime the eye with the lighter shade here using a blender brush. Close your eyes. Go over the whole lid. And I'm just gonna kind of softly sculpt your eyes. This whole look was about like that black, intense feline flick with the crystals. And then I'm gonna go in with this cooler shade and mix in with the first shade. Add a bit of dimension to your eyes. A bit of contrast.
See, you can tell I'm like so like can't sit still, like opening my eye while you're doing it. I'm like, what's up?
And I'm gonna brighten here. The classic black Charlotte Tilbury winged liner. I feel like this is like the signature of like
I've never been able to do a liner.
Stop.
I always, it's like, We'll have drinks one night, you can teach me.
Maybe not with drinks.
Not with drinks. Come in with like a pencil in my eyeball.
This is the Hollywood Exaggerized pencil, and it's got a gorgeous kind of shimmery tip. You can use this on top of your lid or inside, like inner corners to brighten. But this black matte is just, I love using a pencil when creating a feline flick. Yeah. Because I feel like you have to get it right on the spot. Whereas like, I like to kind of trace the eye out with a pencil and then sometimes go over it with like a liquid pen.
Cool.
So I am gonna go in with these crystals. We're gonna use some black crystals just all the way across. Just some little ones and probably some thicker ones towards the edges. And then we're gonna go in with a lighter one in the inner corner and underneath. So I'm gonna quickly do them and you guys will see the aftermath. Crystal moment. But you can see, like I can see in the monitor now how it picks up in the light, and we added some lighter ones. So if you look over there, just like in the inner corner, like so. Right in the middle, underneath, which I love. We're gonna use Pillow Talk Push Up Lashes Mascara. This is an amazing mascara. We used it backstage. I'm just gonna do a couple of layers. I feel like this look is really about the liner. And I just wanna add just a slight bit of definition. So, lips, what do you do? Like, what do you wear on your lips?
So I've actually never really done a lip before. I'm literally like a chapstick gal.
Because you're not used to a lip, and this is something I would do on anyone as well, is I'm gonna do liner, but I'm gonna blur it out a bit on the edges. And I'm just using Iconic Nude. This is just a gorgeous nudie lip liner that suits every nude lipstick. And then a bit of Pillow Talk, because a lot of people love this shade. We've also got a medium one and deeper one. So there's like a Pillow Talk shade for everyone. I want to sculpt you for the gods.
Sculpt me for the gods.
Ding, ding, ding. This is like a cream product, so it's
I love that.
Really natural. This product just blends in so easy. But it's very much about the brush. So I feel like with this product, you probably shouldn't use your fingers.
Yeah, this is a brush.
This is very much a brush tap-in moment. Stunning.
What is this?
This is amazing. Add it here, look at that.
Oh, it's so creamy.
Add this underneath your brow bone, on your nose, any high points of
That's
the
insane.
face. So look at that. Ooh.
Woo! Why is everyone really obsessed with like on the nose? Because see, everyone always putting on the nose, it looks so good.
It makes the nose kind of look slightly smaller and lifted.
Okay.
So that's why kind of people use it, especially when you use it here, it kind of just like lifts the nose up a bit.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna use 2 powders. I'm gonna use this brighter one for underneath the eyes and smile lines, and then Flawless Finish powder for any other areas, but it's just gonna take down that unwanted shine, especially like on the catwalk with the light.
It's very airbrushing.
Yes. And then I'm just using the brightening shade underneath.
I love how this brush feels. Oh my goodness, I look gorgeous.
The new Pillow Talk Beautifying Face Palette. I've got it here. 2 blush shades and 2 highlight shades. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with both of these blush shades. I'm just gonna do a dusting. A gorgeous, fresh, dewy blush. So, and then we're gonna go on top of the liquid.
So I always pose. Regal.
Next product, we're gonna be using the Hypnotizing Pop Shots, and Charlotte's come out with a bunch of shades, and I really feel like this packaging is probably my favorite packaging.
It's insane.
That Charlotte's ever done. I feel like this is like really true to Charlotte. Like Charlotte loves to wear like lots of jewelry. It's got all these kind of gorgeous, colorful jewels on it. It's got the starburst. Like I'm obsessed.
Well, I saw these everywhere on the table and I kept wanting to steal one because they literally look like little jewelry boxes.
So we're gonna be using diamond eyes. I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah,
You've
diamond
got
eyes.
diamonds on your eyes.
Diamonds on my eyes. I love how you can literally just whack it on. And that's like literally when I have 5 seconds running out the door to like an event, I need to be able to just put something on and have high impact.
Right? I feel like these are gonna be like...
Secret weapon.
Yeah. That's like the final touch. Okay, now to set the makeup in place all day, and usually like at shows, we end up being there 6 hours earlier. So like this is really important. We always set the makeup in place. I'm just gonna spray this on.
It smells so good.
It's divine,
It's
isn't it?
so nice. It's the first makeup setting spray I've ever sprayed that I actually want to spray.
Yeah.
Because it feels just, I was like,
Healing. Yeah. This is the finished look, guys. It's this gorgeous, ethereal Charlotte Tilbury skin look. Graphic black liner with the mesmerizing crystals on top and the mesmerizing pop shots and a nudie lip. But it's just a really gorgeous look.
I feel gorgeous. I really love it. I think I'm actually gonna start doing winged eyeliner now. Thank you guys for watching. It's been such a pleasure to be here with Sophia and the whole Charlotte Tilbury team. Hope you enjoyed the video. Subscribe below, like, comment, or whatever people say on YouTube because I'm a YouTuber now. And thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching.
Bye, lovey.
Love you.
Bye.
What?
It's a tortoise. No, I'm just kidding.
What is this?
So this is a hat from the collection from the look. Open your
Epic.
show. Can I put it on your head?
Yeah, of course you can put it on my head. How does it look, guys?
You do me, I do you.
I want to see us on the screen so I can see
Sorry,
this
our monitor's
amazing
back.
piece on my head. Can I put it on you just so people can
Yeah.
like, envision
the whole look. Give it to me, yeah.
Are we envisioning?
I'm Sophia Tilbury. Darlings, it's Charlotte. No, is that okay? No. The British accent, can't do it.
Is this Charlotte or is this not Charlotte? I don't know.
Can you imagine? The Daily Mail article,
Yeah,
Charlotte's lost love child.
I mean, they probably
Sorry,
would
George.
take them.